Hi everyone, I'm Aaron Turner. This is live exclusive Rams basketball here on CCSFathletics.com, on Rams TV, presented on Facebook Live by the BEMA department at City College of San Francisco. Well, the starters are being announced on the floor, but let's take a look at this matchup, everyone. And it's San Francisco riding a 5-game winning streak, winning big 2 nights ago against Las Positas College to go 4-1 in the Coast Conference. And both of these teams, by the way, their last loss came against the same opponent. That's first-placed Skyline. Since that loss, however, the other team has lost. So the Rams riding a 5-game winning streak, and Chabot making the trek into the city from Hayward, California, riding a 3-game winning streak and winning quite convincingly. And all 3 of those victories, I might add, since their loss on January 15th in San Bruno. The Gladiators beat Las Positas Friday the 17th, 2 nights later, 96-41, the same team that CCSF clobbered 2 nights ago. Then on Wednesday the 22nd, Chabot went to Fremont and beat Ohlone College by 30, 89-59. Then this past Wednesday, another major convincing win, 93-44 over College of San Mateo. So the Rams are going to have their hands full, and Chabot will be lining up or marching out a pretty formidable lineup. It'll start with number 1, the sophomore from Bishop O'Dowd High School, Zakiya Mahoney, will start at guard for the Gladiators of Chabot. She averages over 17 points a game for Mark Anger in his 9th season as head coach of the Gladiators. Nia Willis, the other freshman guard, averaging 15 points a game, and Nia, again, 2 very good shooters for the Gladiators. They do average more points per game than do the Rams, and we'll get to that in a few moments. Meanwhile, CCSF adorning their home white jerseys with City across the front, looking to avoid snapping a 5-game losing streak here as the teams are at front court and get prepared to tip off. Opening tip-off is controlled by Chabot in their road black jerseys. It's knocked out of bounds for a moment, but it'll stay with the Gladiators. Patricia Taylor in the front court, starting for Derek Lau. Vivian Wu, the swingman, who had an amazing game Wednesday night, especially from beyond the arc. Jaden Benitez starts at guard for the Rams, along with Francesca Cornell. And of course, Ariana Hatfield, the forward, who controls here, rounds out the starting 5 for the Rams, moving right to left across your screen. And Francesca Cornell had a wide open layup, just a little too strong with the left hand. Just underway here in the first quarter. A NorCal Coast Conference clash tonight. We should have a dandy on our hands. That 3 on the way is off the mark. That was Angela DeFranco, the sophomore from Hayward High. Her first 3 attempt. Benitez, we'll see a lot of her handling the ball tonight. And that pass knocked away. They were trying to find Patricia Taylor. Good defense that time. This is a Chabot team that actually outscores CCSF as a team. Benitez finds Wu. And Francesca Cornell had the ball knocked off her knee, and they're going to say it was the last touch by her. Chabot ball, no score, just underway in the first quarter. DeFranco handles. Nia Willis off the mark from beyond the arc. And Hatfield threw it right away. Another turnover. Ariana Hatfield averaging 15 points a game for the Rams, the sophomore from Sacred Heart Cathedral here in San Francisco. A turnover, and Hatfield comes up with it. Taylor running the floor. Ball was knocked out of her hands by the defender, DeFranco, and then Angelina touched it last, so it will stay with the Rams. 25 to shoot. Benitez to inbound. Hatfield, catch and shoot, turnaround three, just off the mark. She had a good look that time, did Hatfield. Mahoney. Now DeFranco handles for a moment, right back to Zakia Mahoney, who drives, goes up with the right hand, off the glass, no good. Ball batted around, Hatfield falls to the ground, and then Mahoney, the hustle, comes up with it. Fresh possession for the Gladiators. Mahoney handles here. 18-footer on the way, and it rattles home. Zakia Mahoney gets the scoring underway. It's 2-0, Chabot on top early. Benitez surveys. Jaden now a very deep three on the way from Hatfield, and she answers in return. Ariana from NBA range. Hatfield shoots 30% on the year from beyond the arc, and a foul or a out of bounds along the baseline. It's going to be a foul. First foul of the game. Patricia Taylor, the freshman from Berkeley High, flagged for the personal. As a team, by the way, Chabot College averages 73.9 points per game, so call it 74 points a game. Rams averaging just 62.5 points a game. So obviously an offense that you need to contain if you're Derek Lau and the Rams. Another foul whistled. Second foul on the Rams, first on Hatfield, but Zakia Mahoney rather, I beg your pardon. Zakia Mahoney and Nia Willis, the two scorers on the Gladiators. I'll try not to mix them up again. Mahoney nets her first free throw. She has all 3 points so far for the Gladiators. From Bishop O'Dowd High School in East Oakland. Very close to where I live, actually, in a beautiful part of Oakland. Very good sports program all around, both boys and girls sports. That pass knocked out of bounds, so it was Hatfield trying to find a cutting Cornell to the basket, and her defender did a good job to kind of clog up the lane. So Chabot right now implementing some very good defensive looks. They're up 4-3 with 6.5 to go in the first quarter. Tahafe handles. Tahafe got the start, along with DeFranco, Raina Phillips, the other starting forward for Mark Anger. Meanwhile, Patricia Taylor sits, first substitution of the game, and it's Amelia Sinclair, who plays a lot of minutes off the bench for Derek Lau. Freshman guard from Logan High in Hayward. So she would have grown up pretty close to Chabot College, instead opting to come and play across the bay here in the city of San Francisco. Both free throws good. As a team, Chabot shoots pretty well from the line, 68% on the season. Benitez around the impromptu screen by Becca Tassi, who just checked in for the Rams. That shot off the mark. Rams down 3 here, but Gladiator ball. Mahoney will handle, drives, splits the defenders, and can't quite get it to go. Nice move by Mahoney, just couldn't quite finish. Hatfield wants to push things on offense. Becca Tassi, ball knocked out of her hands, so we can see the Rams here. They're trying to get off to the races, and that's the style of basketball that the Rams and Derek Lau like to implement, but just a little bit too much frenetic energy, a little bit too much juice on some of these passes, and that's really been the main concern right now. So this a little bit of a slow start here. Very early, 6-3 is the score at the moment, but now it's 9-3 because Angelina DeFranco just buries a 3. Her first points of the ball game. She would have been a former teammate of Amelia Sinclair. She graduated from Hayward High. Sinclair handles here. Eight seconds to shoot. Sinclair gets the ball back. Rams got to go here. Last second shot chucked up by Benitez. It did not draw iron, so that's a shot clock violation. So again, very good defense implemented by Chabot. The Rams, as I mentioned before, average 62.5 points per game through the first 22 games. Ball thrown away. So a turnover gifts the Rams a possession here. Rams also shoot 38% from the field as a team. Benitez handles here. Her team down 6. Tiaza Jackson just checked into the game. She had the ball for a moment. Vivian Wu, who had an outstanding game 2 nights ago from beyond the arc, misses her first 3 attempts. Sinclair, catch and shoot 3, too far. Nothing hit there. Passion Evans in the game for Chabot, handled for a moment, but this is Nia Willis, and I beg your pardon, that was Kayla Tahafi, not Passion Evans. I was reading the wrong roster, my apologies. Meanwhile, that bucket counts, and now a chance for a 3-point play from Zakiya Mahoney. Very impressive start for her. She has 6 points already, and Rams want to talk things over on the sideline. Derek Lau calls a 30-second timeout, trying to stop the bleeding here. His team down 8 early. Well, the Rams, their lone conference loss coming back on January 10th here in this very building in overtime against the always dangerous Skyline Trojans. Since then, they've beaten San Mateo the next game 55-31. They went to Cabrillo and Aptos and walloped the Seahawks 70-49. They then beat Laney at Laney 71-38, beat Ohlone at Fremont 71-54, and then drubbed Las Positas 73-30 just 2 nights ago. So 2 teams playing some of their best basketball all year. Cannot hit the 3-point play. Tiaza Jackson handles for the Rams. Ball knocked away. Jackson gets it back, hands to Vivian Wu. Sinclair with the drive. Sinclair, ball blocked. And Annalisa Perez just in the game. The freshman gets the block. Gladiators back the other way, and an offensive foul is called. So a block on one end and then a charge immediately after. Rams exchange possessions with the Gladiators, and they'll try to cut into that 8-point hole they currently face. 11-3 the score here. 3:53 to go in the first quarter. Tiaza Jackson, braids flying here, finds Benitez. Sinclair. Rams have had a hard time getting that ball inside so far. They've been limited to the perimeter by this very good zone Chabot defense. Sinclair with 10 to shoot. Benitez has to go. Pass intercepted. Another good defensive effort. Gladiators have been stifling so far, and a beautiful shot thrown up. No good. Good look by Adora Buggs. She checks in just a few moments ago, and then the ball's thrown away. So right now the Rams just a little bit off kilter, especially on the offensive end and in transition. Buggs handles. Ball knocked away. Sinclair comes up with a steal. And can't finish with the right hand. It was hanging on the rim for about 2 seconds before it trickled off. Tough break for the Rams. Buggs tees up a 3 on the pass from DeFranco. Can't bank it in. Rams back the other way. Benitez left alone for three. She puts it up and she buries it. Nothing but net. Jaden Benitez, her first points of the evening. Just the second made bucket all night. Both have been on threes. And another timeout on the floor. This time, Mark Anger wants to talk things over on his end. So it's looking like that may be how the Rams need to win tonight, because we've seen a very good interior defense in that front court from Chabot so far. And the Rams, a team that is certainly not afraid to shoot the ball. In the top end of the state in terms of field goals attempts per game. Coming into today, Rams were ranked 17th in all of California and 6th in Northern California. However, in the NorCal rankings, right behind them at number 7 is this Chabot team. So these teams, you got to think, will be duking it out to try and claim a share or even outright win the Coast Conference. Ariana Hatfield comes up with it. Benitez splits the defenders. Tassi, turnaround, jumper in the lane, no good. Rebound Mahoney. And then Mahoney steps out of bounds. So a free gift to the Rams. Meanwhile, they're going to send in Katie Osaki for her first action, the sophomore from San Mateo High School. Wearing number 4 checks in. She'll play the forward while Becca Tassi sits. Osaki will handle here. It's Osaki, Jackson, Benitez, Hatfield, and Cornell back on the floor for the Rams. Hatfield in the lane, and she drew some contact that time, and it looks like they're going to get Mahoney. Her first personal. So Hatfield earns a trip to the line, misses her first. Shoots very well from the free throw line at 82% on the season, second best on the team. Behind Osaki, but she misses both free throws there. It stays 11-6 Chabot with 1:45 and ticking in the first quarter. Mahoney hands to DeFranco. All the way down the lane, Angelina DeFranco had a wide open lane and she took it. She has 5 points now for the Gladiators. Osaki drives up with the left hand, too strong, can't finish. And then Hatfield deflects the pass. But good job by Mahoney to stick with it. Picks up her 8th point of the night so far. She has 8 of 15 of the points for the Gladiators. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Cornell starts her drive, and she scores with the right hand, draws the contact and the foul. Francesca's first points of the night. The freshman from Lincoln High School. Chance for a 3-point play. Sinclair and Taylor check back in for the Rams. Jackson and Benitez will sit. It's Sinclair, Hatfield, Osaki, Taylor, and Cornell on the floor for the Rams. Francesca misses the second free throw. Or misses the and one free throw, I should say. Can't convert the 3-point play. Chabot up 7 with the ball here. Mid-range jumper no good. Cornell the rebound. She wants to push. Taylor. And that pass on the fast break has just not worked out too well. Credit these Chabot defenders with just being pesky with their hands, kind of disrupting those passing lanes. Raina Phillips checks back in for Chabot. Bugs, near side. Rams implementing a zone defense. Sinclair guarding her man, and then DeFranco tees up a 3 and she buries it. Second made 3 for the sophomore. 8 points for her. It's a 10-point lead for the Gladiators after a quarter of play, 18-8 here at the Wellness Center. Start of the second quarter. Rams down 10, 18-8. Osaki handles for the first time here in the second quarter. Hatfield. Rams still trying to solve that Gladiators defense right now. Hatfield drives, too strong with the left hand, however. Good look by her, couldn't quite finish. Bugs goes baseline. Good defense by Cornell, she interrupted that pass. Taylor beats everybody, just can't finish with the right hand. She had a good look that time. And then on the other end, Nia Willis gets her first points, the freshman from Valley Christian High. 12-point lead for Chabot. Ball stays with the Rams after being knocked out of bounds. Vivian Wu buries a three. On a nice pass from Benitez, so could we see the start of something nice here in the first half for Vivian Wu, who had over 20 points against Las Positas just 1 week ago, or 2 nights ago, what am I saying? Wu comes up with the ball here. Thought about a three, finds Benitez near side. Gives the ball right back to Vivian. Now Sinclair handles. Hatfield in front of the Chabot bench. Hands off to Wu. She wants another three. That ball partially deflected. Taylor keeps it alive, however. And is there a foul underneath? We may have a Chabot foul here. Against Las Positas, Vivian Wu did have 20 points on 6 made threes. 5 to shoot here. Sinclair's got to go. Hatfield recognizes that, just chucks up a three, almost banks it in. That would have been one heck of a shot. Scrum on the other end. DeFranco comes up with it. Nia Willis. No good. Rams come up with it here. Trying to push. Benitez all the way to the basket. Draws the contact and the foul. And DeFranco will get whistled for the balking foul here. First foul of the second quarter. And the first foul on DeFranco. And Benitez will get a couple shots up here. She's shooting 77% from the line this season, averaging 12 points a game for Derek Lau, third leading scorer on the team, behind Wu and Hatfield. First one is good. Well, that cuts into the lead a little bit here. 20-12 the score. Still plenty of basketball left, of course. Benitez has 5 points now after netting both. 20-14, or 20-13, I beg your pardon, is the score. Benitez almost comes up with the steal, and then ball thrown right away. Raina Phillips couldn't handle that pass. It went off her hands. Rams basketball, 7:47 to go before the half. Rams staring at a 20-13 deficit here. Taylor, Benitez, Hatfield, Sinclair, and Wu on the floor for Derek Lau. Hatfield wants a three. It's no good. Good defense that time by Benitez, disrupting that pass. Wu will handle here on the other end. .15 to shoot. Benitez walks into a three, can't quite get it, but Patricia Taylor fights for it underneath, and there may be a foul here on the Gladiators. No, I beg your pardon. That's actually a foul on the rebound attempt by Patricia Taylor. So the freshman from Berkeley High gets her second personal. First foul on the Rams this quarter. Rams press a little bit here. Tahafi dribbles out of it. And nice move in the lane by Bugs. Can't quite get it to go around Becca Tassi, who just checked back in for the Rams. They find Tassi down low. Nice move in the lane. Tassi can't quite get it to go. Follows her own shot, gets the rebound, and Rams will get a fresh shot clock here. Essentially a fresh shot clock. 1 second ticked off. It was a good find by Becca Tassi. She was matched up against Raina Phillips, but Tassi couldn't quite get it to go. She does have the size advantage there. 3 seconds in the key, so Tassi stood for too long, and that causes a turnover. Still a 7-point lead for Chabot. Just over 6 minutes left here in the first quarter, or first half, second quarter of play. Benitez comes up with the loose ball here, and then is fouled. And that should be the second on Angelina DeFranco. Amelia Sinclair sits. Francesca Cornell checks back in, as does Becca Tassi after a short breather. Hatfield still on the floor. She hands to Benitez. Wu, shake and bake. Wu, bunny hop jumper. Can't quite get it to go. Tahafi. Kayla Tahafi, the freshman from Eastside Prep High School, her first points of the night. Hatfield catch and shoot three, too strong. Tassi fought for it underneath and could not come up with it. Chabot's ball moving left to right across your screen. Mahoney ran into Tassi, who gets whistled for the personal. That's Becca's first. Team second this quarter. Chabot will inbound underneath their own basket. Adora Bugs finds Tahafi, then they give it back to Adora. Tahafi down the lane, through traffic, scores anyway. Nice move. Another basket by Kayla Tahafi. She has two straight. It's an 11-point lead for Chabot. Biggest lead of the ball game. 5 minutes before half. Benitez can't quite finish with the right hand. Tassi blocked from behind. Ball knocked away by Becca, or from Becca, and then did she commit the foul herself? I think she did. So a frustrating possession that time. That's Becca Tassi's second personal. Angelina DeFranco checks back in, replacing Tahafe for Hayward, and meanwhile, Derek Lau calls a second timeout of the first half. So he sees his team looking at an 11-point deficit and certainly wants to just stop things here, try to reset mentally. 4:50 to go in the second quarter, and it's really been, the story so far has been Chabot's defense. They've done a very good job limiting anything inside. They've had very active hands, both in terms of disrupting passes, but also just knocking the ball out of the hands of these Rams forwards. And right now, Chabot's just looking like the more aggressive team. And they're a team that, as I mentioned before, winners of 3 straight and are averaging over 90 points per game in those 3 wins since that 4-point loss at Skyline back on January 15th, literally just 5 days after the Rams' last loss. So certainly losing to the #1 team in the Coast Conference will motivate you. Both these teams playing kind of pissed off coming into this game. Following the timeout, it's Vivian Wu, Ariana Hatfield, Francesca Cornell, Jaden Benitez, and Becca Tossi on the floor for the Rams. Adora Buggs handles here. And Angelina DeFranco couldn't handle that pass. Out of bounds to the Rams. .435 and ticking. Hatfield handles here. And another intercepted pass. No look, head fake, and then Nia Willis draws a foul. And it was Willis who came up with the interception. Becca Tossi was trying to find Jaden Benitez. So more active hands and more good defensive energy from Chabot. Willis misses the first free throw. She has 2 points so far tonight. Misses the second. Wu the rebound. Cornell. Hatfield inside to Tossi, and she's fouled. Annalisa Perez, the offending party. Her first foul. 3rd foul on Chabot. Rams starting to solve the Rubik's Cube of this Hayward defense. Or Chabot defense from Hayward, California. Wu. Kick to Cornell, open for 3, too strong, couldn't draw iron that time. .18-footer is no good. Mahoney the rebound, she can't get the put back in. Another rebound by Mahoney, then it's knocked off of her foot and over to the Rams. Kayla Tahafe checks back in. Adora Buggs sits. Benitez. Gets a screen from Tossi. Drives, kicks, Cornell. Handles for a moment. Gets the ball back here. Francesca inside. Can't quite get it off the glass. Tossi the rebound. And she can't get it to go. Rams have had a lot of looks inside, but have had some bad luck finding the bottom of the hoop. Wu knocks the ball out of bounds. It'll stay with the Chabot Gladiators. Tahafe handles here with 18 to shoot. Willis, ball knocked away, no foul. Cornell comes up with it. Looking to push. Tossi in transition. Kick out, Benitez, 3 on the way. No good, off the mark. Francesca Cornell comes up with the rebound. Wu, runner in the lane, no good. Hatfield tries to get back on defense. Nice pass inside, and then too strong, but a foul called. Raina Phillips drew the contact. Derek Lau wanted a travel. Instead, it's the first foul on Francesca Cornell. Shooting 2 will be Phillips, who's scoreless so far. Phillips went to Kip King Collegiate High School over in San Lorenzo, California. East Bay girl misses the free throws. She missed both of them, did Raina Phillips. Still scoreless for the Gladiators, who are up 11. Cornell goes baseline and just can't finish. The Rams have had so many looks inside, but have had just so much trouble finishing so far those types of shots. 2:20 left in the first half. Fahale can't hit it from outside. Or Tahafe, I beg your pardon. Hatfield drives, up with the right hand, can't score, but she draws the contact and the foul. Hatfield misses the free throw. She misses both, but gets the ball back here. Stroke of luck for the Rams. And Tiaza Jackson finishes inside. Just back in the game. 2 points for Tiaja, her first points of the night, and then a travel called right back to the hands of the Rams. So they're down 9 now, 15 points to 24 points for the Gladiators. Meanwhile, Jackson, the sophomore from Gunn High School, is on the floor with Wu, Benitez, Hatfield, and Amelia Sinclair. So Derek Lau trying for a small lineup right now. He says, if you're not going to let me inside, I'll just fill up with some perimeter players. Why not? Switch it up here. 90 seconds left in the first half. Benitez surveys. Wu retreats. Gives to Jackson. Up top to Wu. 6 to shoot. Wu runner in the lane. She kisses it off the glass. 5 points for Vivian Wu. 7-point lead for the Gladiators. Mahoney inside. Can't get it to go. Good defense by Jackson. A minute to go in the second quarter. Sinclair drives against the double team. Can't finish with the left hand, but it's knocked out of bounds by Perez. It'll stay with the Rams. Sinclair trying to get her first points of the night. You got to think she's motivated for this game, being a Hayward native herself. Hatfield, 20 to shoot. 18-footer, no good. Ball batted around. Wu had it for a second, then it ends up in the hands of DeFranco, who gives to Tahafe. Chabot will slow things down. 40 seconds left on the game clock, 20 on the shot clock. And Willis drew the contact and the foul. Clock stops at 29.6. Willis will shoot 2 at the line. Nia hits her first. She averages just a hair under 16 points a game. Second leading scorer on the team, right behind Zakiya Mahoney. She hits both. 4 points now for Nia Willis. 26-17, Chabot leads. Shot clock off, Rams will hold for the final shot here. .11 to shoot. Benitez checks the clock. Draws the attention of DeFranco. Has a screen from Jackson. Chabot switches defenders. Benitez all the way to the hoop, can't get it. And then DeFranco kills the clock. So the Chabot Gladiators, winners of 3 straight, looking to make it 4 straight with a convincing first half here. They employ a stifling defense against the Rams and have a 26-17 lead as both teams head to the locker room. So can the Rams adjust and try and get more scoring here in the second half? We'll step aside here on our live broadcast and come back in a few minutes for some first half analysis and get you ready for the start of the third quarter. You're watching exclusive live streaming coverage of CCSF basketball presented on Rams TV at ccsfathletics.com, and as always streaming here on Facebook Live presented by the BEMA department at City College of San Francisco. Back inside the Wellness Center. Halftime here in the first game of our doubleheader. I'm Aaron Turner, your Rams broadcaster tonight. This is, of course, live exclusive coverage of Rams basketball here on Rams TV, presented by the BEMA department at City College of San Francisco. So a very pesky Hayward, Chabot team from Hayward, winners of 3 straight, really with a stifling defense in that first half. Rams, who on paper have the size advantage, had a really hard time in the front court through the first 2 quarters of play. And were only able to muster 17 points in that first half. 26-17 is the score as the teams prepare to start the third quarter again. In the Coast Conference North, San Francisco at 4-1 sits in second place behind 5-0 Skyline College, but all 3 of the top teams in terms of overall standings in the Coast Conference are all evenly matched. Skyline, the team that last beat both of these teams, the last time these 2 teams lost was against the same opponent. Skyline is 16-7 overall, 5-0 in the conference. San Francisco, 16-6 overall, 4-1 in the Coast Conference. Chabot, having played 1 more game, is 17-6 overall and 3-2 in the Coast Conference. So certainly easy to say that these 3 teams, the top 3 teams in the Coast Conference, in the top 10 in Northern California. Rams ranked number 17th in all of California. But certainly you got to think Derek Lau in the locker room at halftime trying to implore his team to be a little bit smarter with the ball. We saw a lot of fast break opportunities from the Rams, but a little bit too much of a frenetic pace in terms of trying to hit the long ball, so to speak, trying to hit Rams players with long passes running down the court. And we saw it contribute to a lot of turnovers. Rams wearing their home white uniforms with City across the front. Chabot in their road blacks, yellow lettering, white trim with Chabot across the front. It's Vivian Wu, Patricia Taylor, Francesca Cornell, Ariana Hatfield, and Jaden Benitez. On the floor for the Rams, Zakiya Mahoney, who had 8 points in the first half, will inbound here. She's on the floor with Kayla Tafe, Raina Phillips, Angelina DeFranco, and Nia Willis. Chabot will start first here, moving right to left across your screen. Angelina DeFranco, who had 8 points in the first half, handled for a moment. Nia Willis. Rams back the other way. Benitez. Cornell wide open for 3. Can't draw iron. Willis drew the contact, no foul, couldn't quite get it to go.
Hey Misha, I don't think I can see that camera.
Taylor, too strong with the left hand. Couldn't quite finish there.
Wait, there's only foul iPhone?
Tahafe. She had 4 points in the first half. 2 more for her, 6 points overall. Benitez. Hatfield. Patricia Taylor. Hatfield, and an offensive foul called before the shot. They're going to get Benitez off the ball for the foul. It's an 11-point lead for the Gladiators. 28-17, ball knocked out of bounds by Hatfield. It stays with Chabot. 17-point lead of the biggest of the ball game for Chabot. Taylor denied inside. Wu to Hatfield, around to Cornell, drives baseline, back out to Hatfield. Cornell, double dribble, turnover again to the Gladiators. Annalisa Perez checks back in, number 0 with the white headband. She replaces Raina Phillips. Inside, good defense by Vivian Wu. Benitez trying to push, lost the ball, gets it back from Wu. Calls the play. She gets a screen from Hatfield. Cornell, pass inside to Taylor. Back out to Benitez. Wu, ball almost taken away, 8 to shoot. Cornell to Benitez. And a foul called on the Gladiators. So Rams get bailed out that time. Gladiators once again with a stifling defense. Francesca will sit. Amelia Sinclair will inbound after checking in for Derek Lau. 20 to shoot. That was the second foul on Kayla Tafe just called. 9 to shoot. Benitez has to go. Sinclair tees up a 3. Can't get it to go. Mahoney pushes the other way to Willis. 3 on the way. Willis falls down, no foul, shot no good. Wu wants to push on the Rams side. Taylor had to save the ball and then threw it away to a defender. Mahoney, touch pass to Willis. Sinclair all over her. Willis kissed it high off the glass and gets it to go. Acrobatic shot by Nia Willis. She has 8 points now. 4 in the first half, now 4 here in the third quarter. 15-point lead for Chabot. Chabot's giving the Rams space on the perimeter. They're almost daring City College to shoot from the outside, and right now the Rams haven't been consistent enough to hit those shots. Benitez fell down, but Taylor saved it. Sinclair a 3 with 6 to shoot, no good. And then the Rams collide in midair, and a foul is called on the rebound attempt. It may be on Chabot, and it will be. It's the second foul on Annalisa Perez. Tiaza Jackson will check in for the Rams. Hatfield will sit. Becca Tassi checks in for Patricia Taylor. It's Jackson with Tassi, Wu, Sinclair, and Benitez on the floor for the Rams. Tassi tries to get inside here, almost traveled. Shot no good. Tassi has had several good looks inside, has not been able to find the basket though. Willis too strong the other way. Perez collects the rebound and scores with the left hand, her first points of the ball game. It's a 17-point lead, and Mark Enger's fired up on the Chabot bench. His team's trying to win 4 straight here and force a 2-way tie in the Coast Conference. Derek Lau wants to talk things over on his end. Trying to stop the bleeding before this game gets out of hand. And we've seen a lot of opportunities from the Rams, but it's been a combination of just flat-out misses from point blank for the Rams, some bad luck that way, and also, again, very good defensive effort through the first 2 quarters and the first part of this third quarter by Chabot. Chabot coming off a 93-44 slaughter of San Mateo in Hayward just 2 nights ago. 89-59 the Wednesday prior to that at Ohlone. 96-41 back on the 17th against Las Positas, and of course before that they lost by just 4 at Skyline. So both of these teams coming off of very close, heartbreaking losses to Skyline, their last defeat. Tiaza Jackson, Amelia Sinclair, Jaden Benitez, Vivian Wu, and Becca Tassi are on the floor for the Rams following the timeout. Rams basketball. Down 17, trying to cut into this lead and mount a comeback. Jackson handles. Sinclair. Back to Jackson, to Benitez. Rams just all night have been trying to work it around the perimeter. Benitez teams up a three, in and out. It rattled. It was halfway down. And now a foul called on the Rams. That was the third personal on Becca Tassi. Second team foul of the quarter on the Rams. 5:02 and ticking remaining in the quarter. Mahoney kills the dribble, gets the ball back from Tahaka. Benitez saves the errant pass. Wu tees up a three, too strong. And I thought it may have been off the Gladiators, and it was. Initial call was Chabot ball, but it was rightfully corrected on the floor. Hatfield will check back in, and Wu will take a breather. So Derek Lau has been trying to shuffle his deck a lot, trying to find a winning combination. Meanwhile, Adora Buggs, the third leading scorer on the Chabot roster, will replace Willis, the second leading scorer. Benitez to inbound. Tassi, catch and shoot little 6-footer, no good. But an errant pass and a gift to the Rams, and then Annalisa Perez comes up with a steal of her own. That's what Mahoney was doing. Zakia's first points of the second half. She had 8 in the first half. 36-17 the lead for Chabot. Jackson up top to Hatfield. That zone defense so stifling all night so far for the Chabot Gladiators. Sinclair goes baseline, floats in the lane, can't quite get it to go. Ball batted around off the hands of Chabot. A fresh possession for the Rams coming up. Marlene Pooney will check in for her first action. The 5'8" freshman from Thurgood Marshall High School here in the city replaces Tassi with her 3 fouls. Pooney gets the ball here, can't score. Perez was there to defend. 3:20 left in the third quarter. Mahoney, all sorts of trouble. Buggs back in for Chabot. She had the ball for a moment. Tahafe handles again with 6 to shoot, 5 to shoot around Marlene Pooney, and she scores with the left hand. 8 points for Kayla Tahafe. Hatfield the other way, cannot score. Rams have missed so many point-blank shots tonight. Chabot back the other way, and scoring. Mahoney. 23 the defender drew the foul. 2 shots coming up for the Rams, and that was Benitez with the ball, who finds herself at the line. Angelina DeFranco sits. Nia Willis checks back in for Chabot. Meanwhile, it's Benitez at the line, missing the first free throw. She's on the floor with Sinclair, Cornell, Hatfield, and Pooney. So 3 guards, 2 forwards on the floor for Derek Lau. Second free throw, no good. Elbow in the lane, drew the contact, no bucket, but she draws a foul. And the 82% free throw shooter back at the line. She missed a pair of free throws in the first half and her other trip to the line tonight. Leading scorer on the Rams, however, has just 3 points this game. And that's her first point of the second half. 4 points now for Ariana. Both free throws good. 21-point lead still for Chabot. Bugs. Floater in the lane. Foul. Who averages 13.5 points a game. Nets both free throws. 42-19 the score. Hatfield 18-footer, no good. Pooney, the rebound, drew the foul. So nothing's come easy inside tonight for the Rams. That zone defense has just been so suffocating tonight for Chabot. Annalisa Perez checks out. Raina Phillips back in for Chabot. Patricia Taylor will check in a moment along with Vivian Wu for the Rams. Pooney can't hit the first free throw. Second free throw no good. It stays a 23-point lead for Chabot. Willis. Now Taylor and Wu return to the floor. Pooney and Benitez sit. Free throws good for Willis. Ten points now for Nia Willis. And Amelia Sinclair breaks the scoring drought for the Rams. They needed that one badly. Amelia's first San Lorenzo native, the freshman, gets in the scoring action. Under a minute to go. Patricia Taylor inside and finally getting a point-blank shot. Are the Rams inside? That's Taylor's first points. In the quarter, ball knocked away by Hatfield. It stays with Chabot. Hatfield misses again. So it's been a frustrating night for Ariana. Really for the Rams offense as a whole, you got to think. Second free throw, good. Hatfield has 6 points now. And I think Mark Anger wanted a shot attempt at the end of the quarter. Instead, Raina Phillips holds it as the buzzer goes off, and it's a 22-point lead for the Gladiators. So the Rams certainly will need a huge fourth quarter here to try and complete the comeback. Otherwise, we're going to see a two-way tie for second place in the Coast Conference. Rams would snap a 5-game winning streak if they lose here tonight. It would be their second Coast Conference loss of the season. The first, of course, coming to Skyline here in this very building just a few weeks ago. Of course, don't forget, coming up after this broadcast, we'll have the men's game, the #1 team in all of California, looking to win 22 straight as they'll take on the men's Chabot team, who are in third place in the Coast Conference on the men's side. Should be a very good game here. Of course, that'll also be presented here on Facebook Live. Aaron Turner, happy to be calling this game tonight. It was a glorious, just picture-perfect day in San Francisco today. Weather up into the lower 70s, even here in the Ingleside district. And a pretty nice night as well. Rams trying to mount a comeback. Final quarter of play, Rams down 22. Vivian Wu handles for City College. Sinclair in front of her own bench, tees up a three, too far. Out of bounds off of Taylor. So the Rams, they've gotten looks and they just haven't really gotten a lot of good-looking shots off. Chabot has, for the most part, dared them to shoot from the outside. And really, I think it looks like their game plan was just nothing inside for City College. And it's paid dividends tonight for Chabot. In here. Cornell drives, baseline. Cornell drew the contact, no foul. Rebound Taylor with 12 to shoot. Wu looks at the shot clock, hands to Sinclair. 8 to shoot. Hatfield's got to go. Kills the dribble, and the 7-footer from Ariana is good. First made field goal of the second half. 20-point lead for Chabot here. Rams try to press. Phillips in front of her. Taylor tracks down the long pass. Trapped in the corner. Wu now will handle. Pass batted away, but recovered by Wu. 15 to shoot. Such stifling defense from Chabot tonight. Hatfield to Cornell with 9 to shoot. Francesca can't get the bunny hop. And another point-blank shot missed by the Rams tonight. That's been the story all evening so far. 8 minutes to go in the ball game. Tiaza Jackson, Katie Osaki, Jaden Benitez back in the game. Taylor, Sinclair, and Cornell will sit for the Rams. Hatfield. Benitez, step back three. Rattles in. Second made three for Jaden. Timeout called by Chabot. That makes it a 17-point ball game. Benitez now has 8 points. So Benitez and Ariana Hatfield, teammates in high school at Sacred Heart Cathedral here in San Francisco. And the two sophomores now reunited once again at City College. And they're the two of the three top scorers on this team. Benitez averages 12 points a game. Ariana averages 15 points a game. Vivian Wu right there in the middle at 12.5 points per game. And, I mean, you see what happens when you take the top three scorers out of the game production-wise. Vivian has 5 points tonight. Benitez has 8 points. Hatfield has 8 points herself. But only 5 points from the rest of the roster tonight. That's been the biggest issue, I think. Rams down 17. Foul along the sideline. Ariana Hatfield very frustrated at the call. She fouls Mahoney. That's her second personal. First foul of the quarter. Willis, chased by Osaki. DeFranco left alone for three, can't get it to go. Wu tracks down the rebound. Inside to Jackson, that goes the pass. She recovers. Hatfield with 16 to shoot. Wu. Benitez. Surveys. Drives. Into the double team. Pass intercepted. Tahafe took it right away. Mahoney the other way. Zakia Mahoney, 6 points in the second half. 19-point lead for Chabot. Benitez tries to answer with a three. Jackson the rebound. Osaki, Hatfield, deep three on the way. It's good. 8 points for Ariana in the second half. 16-point lead for Chabot. Phillips. Tahafe. Sinclair will make her way to the scorer's table for the Rams, about to check in. Willis inside on Jackson, and she kisses it off the glass. Nice move by Nia Willis. 12 points for Nia. 50-32 the score. Benitez. Jackson, three on the way. Can't quite get it to go. It was a good look, just a little bit off the mark. 5:42 and ticking. Rams trying to mount a comeback, down 18. Need some stops and some scores, to say the least. And a stoppage on the floor. It looks like Nia Willis is a little gimpy, so the ref stopped the play so that she can sub out. And meanwhile, that allows the Rams to sub out Jackson and Hatfield. Sinclair and Cornell check back in. Sinclair, Osaki, three on the way. Straight on, no good. Wu tried to track down the miss. Cornell comes up with it, and then right back to the hands of the Gladiators. DeFranco escapes the double team. Perez back in the game handles. Tahafe wants to slow things down. 15 to shoot for the Gladiators. Tahafe harassed by Sinclair. Buggs. Adora Buggs drives. Almost shuffled her feet, and I think she traveled. Yes, she did. So good defense that time by City College. Tiaza Jackson checks right back in, as does Hatfield. Osaki sits. Wu sits. So it's Jackson, Benitez, Cornell, Hatfield, and Sinclair on the floor for CCSF. 4:35 to go. Benitez, her team down 18. 15-footer, no good. She tracks down her own miss, though. Tries to throw it off the leg of Tahafe. Falls on the ground. Saves it to Cornell, who saves it to Hatfield. Good hustle that time by everyone involved. Benitez, catch and shoot three. Just can't quite get it to go. It was halfway down the basket. Ball knocked out of bounds and a fresh possession for the Rams. When the Rams have been getting open looks, they just have not been able to get it to go. Just a lot of bad luck for the Rams tonight, shooting-wise. Bad luck and a good defensive effort all night so far by Chabot. Still a chance for the Rams. They do need to limit the Chabot scoring, to say the least. It's such a gamble, too, because this is a team that likes to press a lot, does CCSF, but of course, you can also get burnt very easily when you do press too much on defense. It results in fast break points very often if executed improperly. It's Rams basketball, Wu to inbound, back in the game. Benitez right back to Wu, almost lost the dribble, gets it back. She has a screen from Hatfield, declines the screen. Runner in the lane. I think Wu thought she had more defender than she did. Errant dribble, bodies flying everywhere, jump ball, and it stays with Chabot on the possession arrow. Nia Willis checks back in, replacing Adora Buggs. And Patricia Taylor will check in as well, replacing Amelia Sinclair. Tahafe. Tahafe again with the ball. Willis thought about a three. Dribbles waist high. Gets a screen from Perez. DeFranco, very deep three. With 3 to shoot, can't quite get it to go. Wu the rebound, and she's fouled by Nia Willis. Second foul on Willis, first foul of the quarter on Chabot. 3:25 and ticking. Rams still down 18. Jackson. Rams have been really banished to the perimeter so much of this game tonight. Hatfield floats it up with the left hand. Acrobatic play by Ariana. She's come alive here in the second half. Willis. Tahafe handles her team up 16. 2:45 and ticking. Is it too little too late for a comeback tonight for the Rams? Tahafe. Mahoney starts her drive, ball knocked away by Wu. Benitez comes up with it. Rams back the other way, trying to push. Hatfield in transition. She's fouled by Mahoney. That'll stop the clock. Third foul on Zakia. Cornell checks in, Jackson sits for the Rams. Benitez will inbound underneath her own hoop. .23 to shoot. Cornell. Wu. 3. No good. Out of bounds. It will stay with City College. So Wu, who was so good 2 nights ago, held to just 5 points tonight after scoring 20 against Las Positas. Cornell, runner in the lane, too strong, gets her own rebound, draws the contact and the foul. Willis called for her 4th personal, so she's 1 away from fouling out now. That could be big considering that's Zakia Mahoney, I beg your pardon, I was getting her confused with Nia Willis. Zakia Mahoney, Nia Willis, that was Mahoney's 4th personal. She has 14 points tonight. Cornell misses the first free throw, however. Cornell with 2 points tonight. The freshman from Lincoln High School here in San Francisco. Second free throw good. Rams press. Down 15. Mahoney escapes the press. Willis finds DeFranco. Chabot trying to eat some clock here. And a nice pass inside. Perez slipped her man. And a beautiful pass from Tahafe that time. 4 points for Annalisa Perez. Lead back up to 17 for Chabot. Wu a three. In and out again. Looked like it was halfway down the cylinder. Pops out. That's the way it's been going tonight for the Rams. 90 seconds left in the game. So it's looking like Chabot will continue their winning ways. This will be their 4th straight victory. A lot less of a scoring effort after averaging 90 points a game their last 3 victories. That shot too strong. Woo, that shot no good. Well, San Francisco will fall to 16-7. Chabot will move to 18-6 overall, but more importantly is both teams will be 4-2 in the Coast Conference. These two teams, as Tahafe scores with the left hand. These two teams played a brilliant game last game back on January 8th with the Rams winning by 1 in Hayward. So here are the Gladiators returning the favor a bit in more convincing fashion. But just a stifling effort defensively by Chabot. I was so impressed with the way they denied anything inside by San Francisco all night and really were able to shut down any hopes of a front court game offensively for the Rams. Hatfield chucks up a deep 3 there, no good. Meanwhile, the Rams with some bad luck, some errant passes, but a lot of just missed shots tonight as well by the Rams. So credit the Chabot defense, and the Rams will of course look to redeem themselves when they next play at Skyline on February 5th. So a huge matchup coming for the Rams. They'll have to forget about this one very quickly. They fall here at home 54-35. They're now 4-2 in the Coast Conference, 16-7 overall. And Chabot moves to 18-6 overall, and they're 4-2 in the Coast Conference. So should be a fun Coast Conference ride the rest of the way. Our player of the game tonight, Zakiya Mahoney. 14 points, and the sophomore from Bishop O'Dowd makes a statement here in San Francisco. So the Rams snap their 5-game winning streak, and now they'll play the team that beat them last before tonight. Skyline in San Bruno. Should be a dandy. Don't forget, though, coming up here on Rams TV, our second game of tonight's doubleheader. It's the #1 team in all of California, one of the top teams in the United States at the JUCO level. The CCSF Rams trying to make it 22 in a row as they will take on Chabot, the 3rd-place team in the Coast Conference North. So, for everyone here and our broadcast crew, and for those who aren't sticking around, thanks so much for watching Game 1 of our doubleheader. Again, the Rams falling 54-35 here at home to Chabot. Stay tuned for Game 2 of our doubleheader. I'm Aaron Turner. Everyone inside the Wellness Center for Game 2 of tonight's doubleheader. It's the #1 team in all the land, CCSF. The Rams looking to make it 22 straight victories and stay undefeated in the 2019-2020 season against the Chabot Gladiators. Hi everyone, I'm Aaron Turner, your Rams broadcaster tonight. Teams are just a few seconds away from tip-off, and I'll get to the starters and stats in just a moment. Rams won the tip for a second, but Chabot controls. The Gladiators wearing their road black jerseys with gold lettering. Rams in their home whites with City across the front. Chabot in third place in the Coast Conference North. Rams, of course, undefeated, the top team in all of California. These teams have played some classics over the years, though, programs that are very familiar with each other. Ezekiel Holman gets the scoring going. So Ezekiel Holman gets the start at guard, along with Nate Robinson. Miles Norris, the big man, will anchor the front court along with Emeka Udinye, the swing man, and Kyrie Brown rounds out the starting five for Justin LeBas. Meanwhile, the Gladiators with Jabari Sweet getting his first shot up and good. Sweet starts in the backcourt with Isaiah Veal, Rashad Faust, Skylar Robinson in the front court along with Ramaj Gordon. 4-2 after the made shot. That shot's up and good from Rashad Faust, who is playing a long way from home. He grew up in Baltimore, Maryland, and actually transferred from Delaware State University. So that's what they call a bounce back in the JUCO circles. Meanwhile, the first foul of the game is on Chabot. Sweet got whistled for the personal. So Miles Norris will handle here, the Oregon transfer. Played in the Sweet 16 last season and is now here in this town that he was born in, San Francisco. Kyrie Brown handles here, wearing number 4 all the way down the lane. He finishes with the right hand. Nice move by Kyrie Brown. And a whistle and a turnover. I'm not even sure what the violation was, but Rams get a fresh possession here. Sweet knocked the pass attempt, inbound attempt away. Stays with the Rams. Udinye will now inbound for the Rams. Chabot averaging 78 points a game. The Rams averaging 100 points a game. 100 points exactly per game for the Rams in this just Goliath of a season. That three was no good from Brown. 6-4, Rams up top early. And flying to the basket, unable to finish, was Isaiah Veal from Las Vegas, Nevada. Brown. Nate Robinson. It's good from beyond the arc. Robinson, the Walnut Creek native, buries the three. He comes up with the loose ball here. Hands off to Kyrie Brown, who can't get the point-blank layup. Udinye's there to clean up the mess, and he scores for his first points of the game. And just like that, it's 11-4. Chabot wants a timeout, and head coach Keenan McMiller will call it to try and stop the bleeding here. Chabot, 13-8 overall, 4-3 in the Coast Conference. They're tied with Foothill and CSM in terms of conference record. All three are at 4-3. Foothill also at 13-8 overall, so deadlocked with them. Of course, the Rams took apart the second place team just 2 nights ago here inside the Wellness Center. That was Las Positas. And the Rams, after what was a fairly tight first half, ended up running away in the second half on Wednesday night, winning 110-74. Back to the action here following the timeout. It'll be Chabot ball, down 7. Just under 3 minutes in to the first half. Rams press on defense. Sweet tries to fend off Kyrie Brown. Jabari Sweet, little 10-foot jumper, no good. Holman in the corner, tees up a three, and can't quite rattle it in. But Kyrie Brown comes up with an interception on that errant pass. Udinyi with 17 to shoot. And Udinyi missed the little layup attempt. That floater no good. Shot was changed. That was Mika Webster off the bench. And then on the other end, Nate Robinson misses a three. Ramaj Gordon has for a moment, and then he finds Skylar Robinson here wearing number 4. Robinson back to Gordon. Far side, Gordon drives, goes up against Udinyi. Good block by Emeka. And Gordon is hurt. He's down on the ground. Chabot will have to stop the clock here, and Gordon went right into Udinyi. It wasn't a foul. It was good defense by Emeka, but Gordon got whacked somewhere apparently. He's in a lot of pain on the ground. Meanwhile, it's 11-4. Rams up 7 here with 15:37 to go in the first half. For the Gladiators, they're coached by Keenan McMiller. He previously coached at Merritt College in Oakland for 10 years. He compiled a record of 160 and 130. He's an Oakland native, and he played for Chabot in the 1999 to 2000 season. They were a state playoff team, playing then under longtime head coach Tony Costello. And meanwhile, Ramaj Gordon still getting looked at by the trainers. We hope he's okay. It's the same starting 5 on the floor right now for the Rams. Kyrie Brown, Emeka Udinyi, Miles Norris, Nate Robinson, and Ezekiel Holman. Talking about Keenan McMiller, he was really excited when he got hired as the head coach at Chabot. He recognized that the Coast Conference is the top to bottom, the deepest conference in Northern California for California JUCO basketball. I have to agree with him. Ramaj Gordon looks like he injured his shoulder, by the way. So he finally is able to get up off the floor. He receives a nice round of applause, and he'll make his way slowly to the bench. So the 6'5", 225-pound freshman from Legacy High School in Houston, Texas, ran into the 6'6", 220-pound frame of Emeka Udinyi, and it was not a good encounter. Gordon is replaced by Akili Daniels on the floor. Number 10 checks in for the Gladiators. Udinyi handles here. All the way to the basket, scores with the right hand. Jabari Sweet was trying not to commit the foul. Udinyi has 4 points. Holman steals the pass and then falls out of bounds. Was he tripped? I believe they're going to get Skylar Robinson for the personal. Robinson, the 6'8" freshman, went to Dublin High, grew up in San Ramon, Robinson will inbound. Second foul on Chabot this half. Robinson inside to Miles Norris. Norris, the sky hook, and just can't quite get it to go. Udinye's right there. Emeka's having a very nice start to this game. 6 points for Udinye, and the De La Salle graduate makes it 15-4. Foul called after that. Miles Norris maybe get called for his first personal. It is on Miles. Daniels handles. Veal. Faced up by Kyrie Brown. Isaiah Veal drives. Ball knocked away. And it's going to be Rams basketball. Refs deliberated for a moment before making the call. Rams up 11. Brown handling again. No substitutions yet for City College. Same starting five on the floor. Holman inside. Beautiful pass to Robinson, who just can't quite finish with the left hand. Isaiah Veal kills the dribble, then hands off to Rashad Faust. Faust guarded by Robinson. Veal again handles. This is Skylar Robinson. Harassed by Holman. Robinson to Faust. Faust walking in the lane, almost traveled. Instead, he drew a foul. Justin LeBaugh wanted to travel. He certainly has a way with the refs. He never really gets that emotional, but he will make his point known when he feels like a call was missed. I thought there may have been a travel as well. There was a lot of contact, but I felt that Faust may have taken an extra step before the bulk of that contact. Faust hits the first free throw. He has 3 points now tonight. Does the sophomore from Baltimore, Maryland. Faust averages 4.5 points a game for the Gladiators. So right at his average already, his 4th point of the game. 15-6, Rams ahead. Robinson into the double team. He ran into Faust. Did Faust commit the foul? Akili Daniels was also in the area. And it is Rashad Faust, his first personal and 3rd team foul on Chabot. Jabari Sweet is the leading scorer on this team for Chabot. Number 15 averages 12.5 points a game, and then 3 players average 8 or more. 4 players average 8 or more. That's Tim Oldman, who has yet to see the floor. Akili Daniels, Kyle Brown, and a player no longer on the roster. Meanwhile, a foul called. Shot was no good. This should be a shooting foul. Also, Sam Manu has checked into the game for Justin LeBaugh, the freshman from Aragon High School. His first action wearing number 25. A bunch of more subs are about to check in. Udinye sits, Kyrie Brown sits, Holman sits, Quincy Urbina checks in for his first action of the game, along with Sei Riley and Darion Trammell. Robinson misses the second free throw, splits them, but Sei Riley got the offensive rebound. Trammell will handle for the Rams. Manu, top of the key, starts his drive. Manu, beautiful pass to Sei Riley, who can't quite finish with the left hand. Beautiful no-look pass by Manu that time, though. It's a 10-point lead for the Rams, 16-6. Gordon appears to be okay. He's back in the game after sustaining that shoulder injury. Wild pass there. Riley the rebound. Trammell handles into the front court. Darion finding Urbina in transition, and Quincy ran right into his defender and then is called for a charge. So Akili Daniels got there, drew the charge, kept his feet set. Dale Curry checks in, his first action of the night. Nate Robinson sits for the first time. So it's Urbina, Curry, Manu, Trammell, and Riley on the floor for the Rams. Rams so deep this season. Gordon can't finish with the right hand. Manu is in the area. Urbina the rebound. Here's Trammell again. Darion all the way to the basket. Can't finish with the left hand. Achille Daniels the rebound. And a beautiful move inside. Skylar Robinson gets his first points for Chabot. (16-8) is the score here. 12:44 to go in the first half. Foul called and a stoppage. Skylar Robinson, his second personal. 5th team foul on Chabot. Rams have committed 4 themselves. Curry will be the trigger man. Now Robinson sits for Chabot, replaced by Jabari Sweet, the team's leading scorer. Urbina, fadeaway jumper, no good. Curry the rebound, and they may have called him for a foul behind the back, and they did. So Dale Curry, guilty of the 5th team foul on the Rams, his first personal. Curry from Sheldon High School in Sacramento wears number 33. He originally wore number 11 to start the season, and he lost his jersey at some point in the year, so he switched to 33. Sa'i Riley throws it down, and he had a defender on the ground, Achille Daniels, so an easy dunk for Riley. His first points. Another beautiful pass by Sam Manu that time. This time Riley was able to make the most of it. And a block from behind, but not before someone's whistled for the foul. Isaiah Veal was driving to the basket. That's Dale Curry, and that's his second foul. 6th foul on City College, so they're now 1 away from putting Chabot in the bonus for the rest of the half. 7 minutes and 47 seconds, rather, into the first half here. On a gorgeous Friday night. It was an absolutely picture-perfect day today in San Francisco. Temperature was in the 70s. I was able to walk around the Ingleside district a bit before the game and just take in a nice February day, or excuse me, the last day of January. Free throw's good. 8-point lead for the Rams. Veal's first points of the night, and then he's called for a foul right after the made free throws. So that's his first personal and 6th team foul on Chabot. Tim Oldman, by the way, has checked in for Chabot just moments ago. 4th leading scorer on the team for Chabot, averaging 8 points a game. Darion Trammell, shake and bake. Kick out Urbina, thought about a 3. Starts his drive, Quincy all the way to the lane with the left hand, too strong. Darion the rebound, bunny jump in the hop, and then fadeaway jumper in the lane. And Trammell gets his first points. The freshman from St. Ignatius here in San Francisco. Grew up in Marin City, north of here. And he almost intercepts the pass there. And then no good on the putback attempt, and then Trammell all the way to the basket, scores with the right hand over his defender Isaiah Veal. 4 quick points for Darion. Rams back up 12. Rams can score so quickly in so many different ways. Nice fadeaway look, but no good by Jabari Sweet that time. Darion Trammell again handles. Urbina. 1-on-1 with Gordon, and then a steal. Chabot the other way. Tim Oldman, the score, the freshman from James Logan High in Hayward. So playing close to home. 22-12, nearing the midway mark of this first half. Chabot shuffles the deck a bit. They bring in Miko Webster for his first action. Sophomore guard, also from James Logan High in Hayward. Kyrie Harris also checks in from Oakland High, his first action tonight, wearing number 20 for Chabot. Urbina. Thought about a deep 2, starts his drive. Defender falls down. Offensive foul. Urbina pleads his case. To no avail. That's the second foul on Quincy. 7th foul on the Rams, so Chabot is in the bonus. Quincy will sit, replaced by Ezekiel Holman. No points for Quincy in that stint on the floor. Curry almost knocks the ball away. He does. It stays with Chabot. Rams pressing here. Udinye also back in the game for the Rams. So it's Udinye, Trammell with Curry, and Darion Trammell comes up with a steal and scores a very easy 2 points. He has 6 points just like that. Rams press again, try to trap Chabot, and I believe he stepped out of bounds. Yes, he did. Mika Webster. The trap got to him that time. Turnover. Rams up 12, trying to add to that lead, and a timeout called by Keenan McMiller. He wants to talk things over. Justin LeBon in his 18th season here in San Francisco. Winners of 3 state championships the last 10 years. They broke a 49-year championship drought in 2011. They won again in 2016 and then won in 2018, and were, of course, runners-up in the state championship game last season. That was their last defeat. They have not lost all season long, and they've just been blowing teams out left and right, has San Francisco. San Francisco have scored 100 points or more in 10-plus games this season, if you can believe that. Ten games exactly. They have the ball here. Up 12. Udinye handles. Finds a cutting Holman to the basket. Shot partially blocked, and then Sam Manu's there to clean up the mess. Manu's first points. I beg your pardon, the Rams have scored 100 or more points in 11 games now this season. They, of course, scored 110 points in their last match here just 2 nights ago, beating Las Positas 110-74. Dale Curry will sit for the Rams, however. Kyrie Brown checks in. It's Brown, Udinye, Sam Manu, Ezekiel Holman, Darion Trammell, the 5 on the floor for Justin LeBon. Ramaj Gordon, who had a scary shoulder injury moments ago, is back on the floor for the Chabot, by the way. Front end of the 1-and-1 missed. 14-point lead for the Rams. Holman tees up a 3. And he's fouled shooting a 3. Shot was no good, but he'll get himself to the line for 3 free throws. Holman, the second leading scorer on the team, averages 12.5 points per game as a freshman. He's a player that Justin LeBon was very excited to land out of Stockton, California. Went to Lincoln High School in Stockton. Hits the second free throw after hitting the first. And he hits all 3. 5 points for Zeke, the 6'6" guard. Makes it a 17-point lead for the Rams. Faust through traffic. Ball knocked away. Holman comes up with it. Udinye flies to the basket and finishes with 2 hands. Emeka's had a very good first half. 8 points for him. Leading the way for the Rams so far, scoring-wise. 31-12 the score. This can get ugly fast when you play the Rams. Turnover. Trammell the other way. Through traffic. All the way to the basket. He can't score. Manu can't put it in. Bodies flying everywhere. And I think Rashad Faust may have gotten fouled by Trammell or by Brown. It was on Kyrie Brown. His second personal. 9th team foul on CCSF. And another pair of, well, another 1-and-1 opportunity free throw wise for Chabot. One more foul and it will be 2 automatic free throws. 8:50 to go in the first half, 31-12 the score. Mika Webster checks back in for Chabot. Nate Robinson will check in now for CCSF. Kyrie Brown will sit. Faust at the line. Front end no good. Udinye handling. Robinson just in the game. Brown. Manu left side. Near the elbow. Holman to Robinson outside. 8 to shoot. Robinson 3 on the way. It's good on the pass from Holman. Second made 3 by Nate. 7 points total for him tonight. Ball out of bounds. It's to Chabot. 34-12, just like that, the lead's up to 22 for the Rams. Sam Manu sits after a nice run. Replaced by Sei Riley. Meanwhile, Mika Webster departs for Chabot, replaced by Isaiah Veal. Or I beg your pardon, Rashad Faust will sit. I think Webster's still in the game. And a 10-second violation. So another turnover to the Rams. Well, that's what happens when you play such a dangerous team. Is it's one thing to face the physicality or the sheer talent, but then mentally you start spacing out too, especially when the lead starts to build as it is now. 8:05 to go, Rams up by 22. Holman thought about a 3, drives, and can't quite finish with the right hand. Udinye's right there again. Emeka's 10th point. Udinye averages 9.5 points a game this year. And he disrupts the pass there. He gets the ball here. Ahead to Robinson. 3 in transition. No good. Holman the rebound underneath. Gets knocked down. Grabs the ball. Riley comes up with it. Good hustle by Ezekiel. Fresh shot clock for the Rams. Trammell resets. Starts his drive all the way to the basket. Deflected, knocked out of bounds. Good block by Isaiah Veal that time. It was off of Veal. It stays with the Rams, 13 to shoot. And now Justin LeBaugh calls a timeout, his second of the half. So Emeka Udinye has 10 points. Darion Trammell has 6 points. Dale Curry has 6 points. Nate Robinson has 7 points. Ezekiel Holman has 5 points. Then Kyrie Brown, Sei Riley, and Sam Manu each have 2 points. So you just see the depth on display from Justin LeBaugh. 6 players on this roster are averaging 10 points or more. And then just outside of that, Omeka Udinyi averaging 9.5 points a game. Kyrie Brown averaging 9 points a game. So Justin LeBaugh, and when you play in so many blowouts, I suppose it's a luxury. You can empty your bench at will, but he really has done a good job this season of keeping his players fresh and making sure the wealth gets spread around offensively. Ball knocked out of bounds. Udinyi was trying to find Holman. Kyrie Harris got his paw on it. 12 seconds left on the shot clock. Riley catches the inbounds. Trammell gets the screen from Riley. Starts his drive. All the way to the basket. Can't finish with the right hand. Ball flipped up. Holman tries to flip it up. Gets another offensive rebound. Then it's taken out of his hands by Japjit Gill. His first action of the night. He holds it here, does Gill. Dribbles once. Ball taken away by Trammell. Darion Trammell left alone, and easy layup for number 2. He gets 2 more and his 8th point of the night. Took it right away from Gill. 42-12, lead up to 30 for the Rams. Daniels all the way to the basket, scores. Nice move by Akili Daniels, his first point of the game. Went to Sacramento High. Robinson tries to slam it the other end and misses the one-handed dunk. Gill bounce pass to Daniels. Daniels steps into a 3. Too strong. Robinson the rebound, and then it's off of Robinson and back to Chabot. Sam Manu checks in. Sei Riley sits for the Rams. Akili Daniels sits. Tim Oldman checks in. And now Ramaj Gordon sits, replaced by Jabari Sweet. Chabot ball. Fresh shot clock here. Sweet handles. He's been quiet tonight. He's the leading scorer for Chabot. Ball knocked away again by the Rams. 5 seconds expired off the shot clock that time. Oldman. They tried to find Sweet. Did Kyrie Harris. Did Sweet kick the ball? He did. So a frustrating possession that time by Chabot. Chabot trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. They last played Wednesday night, losing against San Mateo at home by a score of 81-74. And then prior to that, lost a heartbreaker at Foothill, 61-60. Game before that, they were winners by 1 point, 72-71. Against Ohlone, Sei Riley puts it in off the glass. Riley's 4th point. So Chabot's been in quite a few close games this season so far. 40-14 the score, 5 minutes left in the first half. Pull-up jumper's no good, and that may be goaltending. Jabari Sweet put up the shot, and I think it was touched in the cylinder area by Kyrie Harris. No basket. More tough luck for the Gladiators. Meanwhile, Ramaj Gordon checked in and a technical foul's called. And now Keenan McMiller's gotten teed up. Well, there was a technical foul called a moment ago, and then a second technical foul called. So I believe that 2 technicals have been called in the span of about 10 seconds, and McMiller's hot about something. It may have been having to do with a substitution, or it may just be general frustration to how this game is going. I think a substitution may have come in without the referee's consent. And the refs will talk it over now. Still 40-14. A 26-point lead has built for the Rams with 5:06 to go before halftime. So Ezekiel Holman's going to shoot. Well, we'll see how many technical free throws he shoots here. Holman shoots 70% from the line. So yeah, 2 technical fouls were called. So if I'm not mistaken, we'll see 2 technical free throws shot by Ezekiel Holman. And he misses the first. Sei Riley, Sam Manu, Nate Robinson, and Emeka Udinyi are the other 4 on the floor for the Rams. Both free throws missed. So those were the technical free throws. Now Nate Robinson will shoot another pair of technical free throws. This must be for the second technical. And he hits the first. 8 points for Nate. 41-14 after the 1 technical free throw is made, and now it's Rams ball. .27-point lead. Udinyi inside to Manu, ball knocked away. Gladiators the other way. Gill. Gordon tries a 3, no good, gets his own rebound, accelerates to the basket and scores with the right hand off the glass. Well, it's good to see Gordon, after taking a hard hit, get his first points of the night. The freshman from Houston, Texas. Holman turnaround jumper is good. 7 points for Ezekiel Holman. That shot too strong. Riley the rebound. Manu. Ball taken away by Gordon, and then Manu fights for it. Gordon falls to the floor. Gill comes up with it. Ahead to Oldman. Got Riley up in the air. Riley blocks the shot, and Manu comes up with the loose errant pass. Udinyi is all alone the other way. He scores with the right hand. 14 points for Emeka Udinyi, player of the first half. Oldman tries a 3 with Riley in his face. That shot no good. Emeka the rebound. Escapes the pressure from Oldman here. Still with the ball. Kick. Robinson deep 3. Off front iron. No good. Harris the rebound. Then hands to Veal. 3:15 and ticking before the half. Foul. Sei Riley called for the personal. His first. And the Rams are now in the double bonus. So free throws coming up the rest of the way here for the final 3:07 in this first half. Gordon misses the first free throw. Ramaj Gordon averages just under 6 points a game for Chabot. He's appeared in 19 games this season. He's started 6 for Keenan McMiller. Hits his third point of the night for Gordon. Trammell back in the game directing traffic. Robinson holds, starts his drive to the basket, can't quite finish, and a foul's called. This may be on Rashad Faust. That's the second foul on Faust. 2 free throws coming up for Nate Robinson. Robinson, one of 3 players averaging 10.5 points per game this season for the Rams. Hits both free throws. He's had a good first half. 10 points now for Nate. Joins Emeka Udinyi in the double-digit scoring. 30-point lead for the Rams. Gordon catches the pass. Kick out. Daniels wants a 3. Too strong. Veal. Another chance for the Gladiators. And miscommunication. He was trying to find Kyrie Harris, and Harris was just in the wrong spot. Now Daniels will sit. Mika Webster checks back in for Gladiators. Trammell with the ball here. Robinson got swarmed inside, and the disruption by good help defense from Ramaj Gordon causes a turnover. Robinson watches Gill. Gill into the front court. Finds Gordon in the corner. 3 is good. 6 points now from Ramaj Gordon. Clearly that shoulder is not bothering him too much right now. Trammell. Holman, elbow jumper. Tried to find Sam Manu inside. Ball knocked away. It stays with City College. Akili Daniels right back in the game. And he replaces Ramaj Gordon. Robinson. And a jump ball called. Possession arrow favors the Rams. They'll have 14 to shoot here. Holman will inbound. Trammell, catch and shoot 3. Nothing but nets. And now Darion Trammell's in double-digit scoring, his 11th point on his first made 3. 50-20 the lead here for the Rams. Gordon inside, too strong. Put-back attempt. No good, but a foul's called. Kyrie Harris got the rebound. He has a chance for his first points, does the 6'5 sophomore from Oakland High. So it's Harris, Daniels, Gill, Gordon, and Isaiah Veal on the floor for Chabot. Just under 90 seconds left in the half. Rams right at on pace to hit their season average for points. They average 100 points a game. They have 50 here with a minute and change left in the first half. Holman looking for more points, finds Riley. Sam Manu thought about a 3. He'll take a 3, why not? Good look, just can't get it to go. Riley the rebound, however. Fresh shot clock for the Rams. Robinson with some space. Trammell gets the kick out, drives, pops back out, falls down, hits the bucket and gets the foul. 13 points for Darion Trammell. He didn't even get the start tonight. Number 2 has a chance to make it a 3-point play. Mika Webster back in. Veal sits for Chabot. $14 points for Darion, who played at the same high school as his head coach, Justin Labaugh, both St. Ignatius grads. Justin was very happy to land him as a recruit. Jump ball called, possession arrow favoring Chabot. Under a minute to go. 32-point lead for the Rams. Gordon in the lane. Too strong off the glass. Manu gets fouled in the backcourt. Miko Webster bails him out. There was a 6-second shot clock, game clock differential. Just 32.9 showing on the game clock. But with both teams in the double bonus, automatic free throws here for Sam Manu. Sam Manu averaging just 6 points a game for Justin LeBeau. I mean, that shows depth right there. When you're the 10th man on the roster and you're still able to put up the minutes that he does, shows the unselfishness for the team too. Manu hits the second. 3 points for him tonight so far. 54-21 the score. 2-second shot clock, game clock differential. Nice move inside. Akili Daniels 2 more points, 4 points for him tonight. Shot clock off now. Rams may just hold for a final shot. Trammell takes a shot with time left. Now Chabot can get a shot off if they want. 3 seconds. Daniels has to just force it up at the buzzer, and no good. Rams will head into the locker room with a 31-point lead. Well, City College more of the same. A very good defensive effort, good balanced offensive attack, and a nice cushion as well. 31-point lead, 54-23 the Rams lead after a half of play. We'll take a few minutes of a break and then come back with some first half analysis and stats and get you ready for the start of the second half. It's game 2 of our doubleheader here on Rams TV, streaming on Facebook Live and presented as always by CCSFathletics.com and the BEMA department here at City College of San Francisco. Be back in a few minutes. Welcome back inside the Wellness Center. Aaron Turner getting us ready for the start of the second half. Rams with a dominant first half, 54-23 your score. Rams leading Chabot College. Of course, CCSF trying to win 22 straight, stay undefeated in this season. Number 1 team in California, taking on the 3rd place team in the Coast Conference North. These programs obviously very familiar with each other. Chabot 13-8 overall, Rams 21-0. San Francisco wearing their home whites, red lettering with City across the front, black trim. Chabot in their black road jerseys with gold lettering. And it was Darion Trammell and Emeka Odinye coming alive in that first half. Trammell with 16 points. And Udini with 12 points. Or I beg your pardon, 14 points for Darion. 12 for Emeka Udini to lead the scoring. Nate Robinson had 10 points. And he gets the ball here, almost scores at the right hand, does Robinson. Collects his own rebound, can't finish. Ball batted around. Chabot now moving right to left. Get the first possession of the second half. Gill, who did not start the first half, handled for a moment. Jabari Sweet gets the pass inside, goes up against Urbina, and Quincy Urbina, despite his protest, is called for the personal. Third foul on Quincy Urbina, who had a quiet first half. In fact, he was scoreless in the first half. The big guys, who normally do the bulk of the scoring, Quincy Urbina scoreless. Miles Norris just 2 points. Kyrie Brown 2 points. All three of those got the start. Well, Quincy did not get the start, I beg your pardon. But Robinson, Brown, Norris, Udini, and Holman did start in the first half for Labaugh. Sweet hits the first free throw. Jabari's had a quiet night despite averaging 12 points a game to lead all scorers on the season for the Chabot roster. And Sweet actually missed both free throws there. I misspoke. 54-23 it stays. Just underway here in the second half. Norris tries a three. He buries it. Miles Norris comes out the gates firing. (57-23). Foul and an offensive foul. Quincy Urbina and Kyrie Brown both went down hard. And the foul was called on Rashad Faust, his third. Now Faust will sit, replaced by Kyle Brown. His first action tonight. Brown, the 6'5" sophomore from Newport News, Virginia. That's Allen Iverson country. He was born there, but he actually played his basketball at the high school level here in the Bay Area at Dublin High. Norris, Urbina, right elbow. Backs up his man. Quincy scores with the left hand. Number 24, his first points tonight. The Los Angeles native who was born there, then played his high school ball in Fresno, California at Clovis West High. Already committed to Grand Canyon University in Arizona. He's excited to play down there for a quickly blossoming program. Curry, good defense that time on Brown. Jabari Sweet. Nice pass underneath, and Skylar Robinson, his fourth point of the night. Brown, far side. Hops back to three territory, finds Norris top of the key. Norris thought about a three and then a whistle before he could get that off. Foul off the ball. That foul was called on Nate Robinson. That was his first. Second foul on the Rams this second half. Ball batted around. And nice move by Robinson, splitting the double team that time and still finishing. 6 points for Skylar Robinson. 59-27 the score. With Urbina handling here, spinning in the lane, up with the left hand, and he scores. So Quincy Urbina starting to come alive. He didn't get the start. He had a quiet first half, 4 points here in the second half. 3 minutes into the second half, 34-point lead for the Rams. They trap Gordon on the far sideline. He gets a long pass off. Somehow finds Kyrie Harris, gets his first points of the night. Kyrie Brown behind Norris, drives, stops baseline. Good defense that time by Gill, and out of bounds to Chabot. Jebjet Gill will handle for the Gladiators. From Newark Memorial High School in Union City is Gill, wearing number 13. Robinson, faced up by Urbina, declines a three. Kyle Brown, ball taken away by Norris. This is Dale Curry. Behind the back dribble, Curry, kick out Norris, three in transition. On the way, it's good. 2 3 attempts for Morris, both good in this second half, 8 points total. And now Kyrie Brown comes up with a beautiful steal. He finds Urbina, who finds Dale Curry, who scores with the right hand, and a timeout on the floor. Curry has 8 points. So very unselfish basketball right now by the Rams. 66-29, first time out of the second half. Well, that's just what happens so easily with this Rams team. Things get out of hand so quickly. I mentioned in the first half that CCSF have scored 100 or more points in 11 out of 21 games so far this season. Obviously pretty impressive. Then they've scored 90 or more points in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 games scoring 90 or more points. That's 17 of their total games. And they've only scored under 80 points in 1 game. That was the defeat, or the victory against Foothill on January 17th, in which Quincy Urbina did not play because of an injury sustained in the game prior against CSM. They scored 73 points, still won it by over 30. So obviously a huge reason why the Rams score as a team 100 points a game on average. They shoot 50% from the field as a team as well. That's equally as impressive, maybe even more impressive. They also shoot 37% from beyond the arc as a team. Meanwhile, Gill was trapped near the timeline. Trying to save it was Robinson. He saved it to the Rams. Brown, 3 the other way. No good, almost rattled in. Gill the rebound. Jabari Sweet. Skyhook. 4 points for Jabari. Almost got the steal, did Sweet. Rebound, controlled by Urbina. Now he pulls up from downtown, just a bit short that time, was Quincy. 35-point lead for the Rams. Gill around a screen from Sweet. Kick out, Gordon, 3 in the corner. No good, Gill fought for the rebound. Robinson comes up with it. Shot blocked by Miles Norris out of bounds. Morris's first block of the night. Norris, the biggest man on the floor at 6'10", played at Brewster Academy in Southern California. Of course, committed to Oregon out of high school. Played there last season as a freshman. His team made the Sweet 16. Was going to transfer to UC Santa Barbara, instead opted to play without having to sit out a season at the JUCO level here in San Francisco. Deep 2, no good from Sweet. Curry the rebound, wanting to push. Weaving through traffic. Norris, Urbina. Fakes the 3, drives to the basket. Can't quite finish with the left hand. Claps his hands in frustration. Sweet back the other way. Gill. Harassed by Robinson. Sweet with 18 to shoot, down the lane, up with the right hand and scores. His defender not wanting to commit the foul there. 6 points now for Jabari Sweet. 33-point lead for the Rams. Urbina. Curry, 4-3, in and out. Good look by Dale Curry. Sweet from the free throw line. Can't quite get it to go. Urbina the rebound. Brown checks behind his back, is bumped, continues to the basket, and why not? Kyrie Brown had a lane and he took it. 4 points now for Kyrie. From Berkeley High, born in Oakland. One of several very talented freshmen on this roster, along with Trammell and Holman. For to shoot, almost traveling, was Skylar Robinson, and he did travel, or was he called for a foul? Either way, it's a turnover. Meanwhile, a fresh line change is coming up for the Rams, so all 5 on the floor depart for City College. Emeka Udinyi, who had a monster first half, checks in along with Sei Riley, Darion Trammell, Ezekiel Holman, and Sam Manu. Udinyi had 12 points that first half. We'll see if he continues his scoring here in the second half. This is Trammell. Sei Riley. Hand off to Udinyi. Manu. Drives. Kills the dribble. Trammell. 18-footer. It's good. $16 points now for Darion after a 14-point first half. So the smallest guy on the floor tonight, leading the way in terms of scoring. Riley almost came up with a steal there. Gordon gets it here for the Gladiators, rather. Trammell gets his hands in the way, almost comes up with a steal of his own. And did Chabot call a timeout? No, the refs instead wanted to stop the play for a moment. I believe there was an error with the shot clock there resetting. So they reset the shot clock. Chabot to inbound. Staring at a 37-point deficit. Gill. Gordon for 3. No good. Riley the rebound. Udinyi. Drives. Floats up with the right hand. Emeka. He's feeling himself tonight. That's his first points of the second half, but he has 14 overall tonight. So it's been Udinyi, it's been Trammell. And Holman a block. Rejecting Isaiah Veal. That 3 is good from Skylar Robinson. 12 points now to lead scoring for Chabot is Skylar. Trammell. Riley. Drives. Up with the left, no good. Udinyi the rebound. Holman for 3. In and out. Riley fought for it. Bodies flying everywhere. And are they going to say Gill's guilty of a foul? Wow. Gill was in front of Riley on that rebound attempt, and Riley, if anything, I thought Sei Riley may get whistled for a foul, reaching kind of over the back of the shorter Gill. Instead, it's Gill's first personal. Kind of a rough foul there. Third team foul on Chabot. It'll be City College basketball. .39 to go in this one. Emeka tries to fit it in a tight window. He does. Say Riley gets the pass and cannot quite throw it down with the right hand. Looks a little frustrated at himself after that one. Daniels almost threw that pass away. And Trammell picks it off and steps out of bounds, so it stays with Chabot. Good heads-up play by Darion. Jabari Sweet on the inbound for Chabot. Turnaround jumper, no good, but I believe he drew a foul. That was Say Riley called for a second personal. Jabari Sweet hits both free throws. 8 points now for him. Norris, bounce pass Manu. Holman. Did he travel? Yes, he did. He was looking for contact, I think got less than he thought he'd get. Veal all the way to the basket. Chabot wanted goaltending, didn't get it. Putback attempt by Brown was no good. Meanwhile, Norris tees up a three in transition. That's no good. He has 2 made threes tonight already, both in the second half. Gill controls for Chabot. 9:30 and ticking. Jabjet Gill, bounce pass. Jabari Sweet draws the double team. Backing up on Manu. 7 to shoot. Fadeaway jumper rattles home. Holman, the tip-in drill, no good. On the pass from Trammell. Rams just having fun now. Up 33. Foul called. That was Sam Manu's first personal foul. 4th foul of the half on the Rams. Sweet runs into his own man. Or that was Sweet getting the pass rather from Brown. Turnover the other way. Trammell floats to the lane. Trammell's easiest points of the night. 18 points for Darion, leading the way tonight for Justin LeBaugh. It's always a different player each night, it seems like. Foul. I'm reading the CCSF media guide. It says here, in his free time, Darion Trammell enjoys playing with his yo-yo and creating delectable pork-free recipes. All right. I myself enjoy pork from time to time. Meanwhile, Emeka Udinyi sits. Quincy Urbina, Dale Curry back on the floor. It's Kyrie Brown as well. So Trammell, Brown, Curry, Urbina, and Norris, who pulls down the rebound here. The 5 on the floor for the Rams. Up 34 off the missed free throw. Norris. Pass inside Urbina. He's hit hard by Jabari Sweet. Clean foul, but a hard foul. Urbina, quiet night for him as far as his standards are, just 4 points. Quincy hits his first. Quincy is not his given name. His legal name, if you want to call it that, is Walter Urbina, but everybody calls him around here Quincy, or Q for short. As I mentioned before, playing next season at Grand Canyon University, and he talked in an interview with me a couple months ago how excited he is to play there. He misses his second, but it doesn't matter. Kyrie Brown comes up with a rebound for the Rams. Norris. Deep 3 on the way. Why not? And I believe Urbina was fouled on the rebound attempt. 5th foul on Chabot. Teams are lining up like it's a free throw, but it should just be an inbound. Yeah. Nate Robinson, meanwhile, checks in for the Rams. Trammell sits. Skylar Robinson sits for Chabot as well, replaced by Kyle Brown. Dale Curry. Alley-oop. Miles Norris catches and slams it down with one hand. 10 points now for Miles. Saw that coming from a mile away. Kyle Brown inside. His first points of the night. The sophomore from Dublin High School, but originally from Newport News, Virginia. Curry. That 3 was no good. Keely Daniels, easy 2 there. 6 points for him tonight. Norris, another 3 on the way. Is foul shooting a 3. And now we'll see Miles Norris take 3 free throws. So on May 16th, or in the month of May, Miles Norris, who was playing at Oregon and misses his first free throw here, announced he would transfer to UC Santa Barbara. However, he obviously changed his mind. He now plays here for Justin LeBar, and he hits his second free throw. 11 points now for Miles. He's grown 2 inches since his senior year of high school. He was 6'8" coming out of high school, now 6'10". Was born in Wolfboro, New Hampshire. And played his high school ball in New Hampshire at Brewster Academy. But originally born here in San Francisco and has deep Bay Area roots, does Miles Norris. Kyle Brown, 2 more points. 4 points for him tonight. 79-46 the score. According to 247sports.com, Miles Norris was a 4-star recruit out of high school, so was highly sought after. Brewster Academy producing 4 NBA players in its history. Kyrie Brown draws the foul for the Rams. More free throws coming up. Kyrie Brown, who is majoring in business, also a fan of cooking, according to his bio. It's the free throws. (81-46). So could the Rams be held to under 100 points tonight? That's the remaining question here. There's still 5.5 minutes left in the second half. Rams well on their way to their 22nd straight victory. Continuing an epic 2019-2020 campaign, Kyle Brown. Good second half for him. All 6 points of his night have come here in the second half, and a timeout on the floor. So Justin LeBaugh will just talk things over. Full timeout called. But just a lot of interesting characters on this Rams team this season, as it always seems to be. Emeka Odinyi, who has 14 points tonight, trying to compete with Darion Trammell for the most points scored this evening. Odinyi, as I mentioned before, De La Salle High School graduate. Took his team to a state championship in high school, did Odinyi, against Chino Hills. Urbina handles here. Takes a very easy free throw length jumper, and why not? He was open, and he hit it. 7 points for Quincy. That's a 3, and it's good. 12 points now for Akili Daniels, leading the way for his team in scoring. Off the bench as well. Sacramento High Dragon alum. Curry too strong. Kyle Brown working on Miles Norris. Drew the contact, absorbed the contact, no foul, but he scores off the glass. Nice move by Kyle Brown. He's been the only one scoring for the Gladiators of late. Still a 30-point lead for the Rams. And Justin LeBaugh calls a timeout. And a technical has been called. I'm not sure what was said or who said what, but I believe a technical has been called on a Rams player or coach. It may be on Quincy Urbina. Not having his best night. Refs chatting it over. So Quincy Urbina, who started his career at San Jose State, just didn't feel it was that great of a fit. He was teammates with former Ram who played here last year, Terrell Brown. Brown, this past season, then played his 4-year ball at University of New Mexico. Took his team to the tournament, to Terrell Brown, but Quincy followed in his footsteps coming here to City College and now gets to go to GCU in Arizona. And Quincy talked about how it was a coaching change at San Jose State that caused a lot of the players who committed there under the former coach to leave, which is kind of interesting. Quincy did redshirt his first season collegiately at San Jose State. So here playing in his second eligible season of college basketball, after of course playing here last year in his freshman/sophomore academic season. Robinson. Curry. Sam Manu. Nice feed by Curry and an even better finish by Manu. 5 points for Sam. 31-point lead for the Rams. Gill. Around the screen. Brown tees up a three. He buries it. 11 points, all in the second half for Kyle Brown. Odinyi, shot blocked. And then out of bounds to the Gladiators. So Chabot will fall to 13-9 overall and 4-4 in the Coast Conference. Rams will move to 22-0, 8-0 in conference play. In this CCCAA rankings, CCSF sits atop all of California. Behind them is 18-1 Santiago Canyon down in SoCal. East Los Angeles College and Fullerton College tied for third in the state at both one loss apiece. Say Riley can't finish but draws a foul. Fresno City College ranked 5th in the state at 15-3. Yuba College from Marysville ranked 6th in California at 17-3. Santa Monica, Southwestern, Columbia, and College of the Sequoias round out the top 10 in California. San Diego City College, the team that defeated CCSF last year, and the Rams actually played here in their opening season tournament and blew out, are ranked number 11 at 15-4 in the state. Second free throw good, 86-57. Sam Manu guarding Jabari Sweet. Sweet goes baseline, and he stepped out of bounds. Good defense by Manu. Manu's got a good build to him. He's 6'7", 220 pounds. He dominated the Peninsula Athletic League as a high school player, did Manu. He led Aragon High School to the third round of sections his senior year. He grew up in Taiwan, actually, and transferred to Aragon in his junior and senior years, and Nate Robinson right there hits a three. Third made three tonight by Nate, who has 13 points overall. Foul there, and one opportunity coming up. That's on Robinson. So he hits a three and then comes back and commits a foul. It's 89-59. Robinson's second personal. Veal, who hit the jumper, has a chance for a three-point play. He has 4 points tonight. Does the 6-foot guard from Las Vegas make it 5 points? Robinson handles here. Rams up 21, or 29 rather. Now up 31 off the made jumper by Sam Manu. Whistle and a foul. A minute, 17 seconds left in this one. So it looks like the Ram may be held under 100 points.
Now we're going to get the coaches real quick. No. Trick. He's going to shoot now. Stay there.
Skylar Robinson at the line. He's had a decent night tonight, 9 points for the San Ramon native. Misses the three-point opportunity. So Trammell, Udinyi, Robinson, Manu, and Riley on the floor for the Rams. They may just play out the rest of this one, the last 60 seconds or so. Robinson, deep three. No good. Trammell the rebound. Beautiful no-look pass to Manu. Finishes. Sam Manu's had 6 points here in the second half. The Taiwan native making it count here.
It's like 5 minutes delay there.
Trammell a steal. Rams with numbers. Trammell gives it up. Udinyi slams it down. And I think Chabot may have wanted a technical foul called with Udinyi lingering for a moment on the rim. Keenan McMiller is pleading his case. At least I assume that's what he's complaining about to the officials. It's 95-60, 45 seconds left in this one, so just 1 or 2 more possessions should just about do it here. Deep three, can't bake it in. 2-second shot clock, game clock differential. Robinson crashes the basket. And Keenan McMiller wants a timeout with 26 seconds left and his team down 35 points. So Darion Trammell, 18 points tonight. 16 points for Emeka Udinyi. I think I'll have to make Darion player of the game just because of the fact that he didn't even get the start tonight. Not taking nothing away from Emeka's game. But Trammell came in and really lit the gym up, although both players only have 4 points here in the second half. Really, the second half MVP has been Sam Manu. Miles Norris also had a decent second half after being held to just 2 points in that first half. After tonight, Rams will have a 6-day break and then travel to San Bruno to take on Skyline College. Skyline is in 5th place in the Coast Conference, 10-10 overall, 3-4 in conference play. Whistle on the floor meanwhile. And that was a foul on the Gladiators. That was the 5th foul on Robinson, so his night is done. He finishes with 9 points. The 6'8" freshman will sit for the rest of the night, and with 16.5 seconds, some garbage time free throws coming up for Darion. Chance to add to his 18-point total tonight. And he can't hit the first. It's his second 19 points tonight for Darion. Very impressive performance from the freshman. Chabot should get the final shot here. Daniels. Brown. Step back three. No good, and that's how this game ends. 96-60. Rams do not score over 100 points, but they win again in dominating fashion. Their 22nd straight victory. They go to 22-0 overall, 8-0 in the Coast Conference. Chabot drops to 13-9 overall and 4-4 now in the Coast Conference, and will have to keep pace with both Foothill and CSM for that third place spot in the conference standings. The Rams will next play Skyline at San Bruno on February 5th and get a well-deserved few days break here. So City College, once again, another dominating performance. Darion Trammell, 19 points. Emeka Udenye, 16 points. They did the heavy lifting tonight for Justin LeBon and the Rams. And we want to thank everyone who watched tonight's doubleheader here on Rams TV, presented by the BEMA department at City College of San Francisco. As always, every home game from here on out will be streamed here on CCSFathletics.com and CCSF Athletics on Facebook Live. And for our whole broadcast crew, including our executive producer, Misha Antonich, our technical director, Chuck Niccolo, and the rest of the CCSF crew, I'm Aaron Turner, saying have a great night, have a great weekend, everybody, and go Niners. Thanks for watching, everyone.